What's up, everyone? It's your boy, Any Coach again, George Calioris, with this overhead press day. It was 10 sets of 10, still deloading, so 50% of the 1 rep max. It's about 90 pounds. I got my 7-foot axle, so that's a 70-pound axle, and two 10s on there. Um, so just basically working on technique, trying to build some muscle, trying to build some movement patterns, some lightweight movement patterns. I got the video from a bunch of different angles today. So hopefully you can see just how I'm doing it. I'm not bringing the bar all the way down to my chest, and that's kind of an issue um, because normally I would have that flexibility, that range of motion in order to come all the way down to my chest, tuck the elbows in, and then when you go and press up, you kind of do like a front raise with your shoulders and flare your elbows out to screw them in. So you can kind of see that I'm flaring my elbows out here a little bit. Uh, An overhead press should heavily involve the upper back. Since all you really have is those deltoids and triceps, your upper back and your lat should be heavily involved. And if they're not, you're probably doing it wrong. And you should work on fixing that. The clean is nothing special. I'm not very good. I'm not very good at cleaning the axle or the barbell. It's just not something I'm good at. But you should always want your elbows right underneath the bar. You can see here that my elbows are just behind the bar a little bit, and it was kind of starting to mess me up. I wasn't getting my elbows forward enough, and that's a real issue. That leads to pressing the weight out instead of up and back. And that if you press the weight out, obviously you're going to have some issues. You're going to get too far forward, or the barbell's going to get too far forward, and you're not going to be able to complete the lift. With the lighter weights, it's not a problem, but once the weights start getting heavier, it just won't let it happen. So something I really got to work on is keeping the elbows up. A way to do that is with some bandage stretching, pulling the arm behind my head, bringing the elbows up, and also just front squatting. Something I'm just not good at, so I don't do it like a fool. In between sets, I was doing these stability ball exercises for the trunk, for the core muscles. I really like the stability ball lately. It feels really good for me. I like how it feels in my obliques, and on this day I wasn't really counting. I was just counting to 50. So I think I was doing like 50 reps of these two exercises that you're going to see. So the stability ball rollout, keeping an active shoulder. I'm actually bringing my elbow too far back now. It should be a little bit further ahead of me, and stretching out further. So keep that in mind when you're doing these, is that your elbow should not come behind your shoulder towards your stomach. It should always be either right under your shoulder or out in front of you. Hopefully you guys can hear this because this one's actually full of knowledge bombs. I'm not really sure why. Feeling good, I guess. And then these knee drives, though. The knee drives feel really good on the deep abdominal wall. So down by your pelvis, you can't see the muscles, so a lot of you probably just won't do them. But if you like them, go ahead and keep doing them. This is just one of the few exercises that I do to hit those deep abdominal walls. You can kind of see I'm just walking back and forth with them. Not for any specific reason, just kind of got bored doing 50 of them, so I figured I would just add some variance. And you're just trying to minimize hip roll. Obviously, it would be easier if I rolled side to side on the stability ball in order to get that leg to drive up. But it's just not going to happen. It's not going to work right if you do that. So some incline barbell with my overhead press grip. Oop, hit that J hook, but managed to recover because it's only 135. It's real light, pretty easy. Still trying to flare the elbows out at the top. With the incline press, it's not really a bench press, like a flat bench press, because the angle's obviously different, so I don't even try and mimic my bench press with it. I just go ahead and do what feels comfortable. I love these cable overhead extensions. They feel really good on my triceps, so I do them a lot. I'll do sets of 6 to 15 to 20. It doesn't really matter to me. I just do a bunch of them. Always vary it up. And then with these half kneeling overhead presses, the idea is not to hang out on the hip flexor, but to keep an active core. and to press the weight up and back still. So bring the weight in front of your shoulder, press it around your head and up and back, trying to get your bicep close to your ear, not your ear close to your bicep. You can see I'm really anterior delt strong, which is a real issue. I got to work on that. But a lot of moving around too, so I got to work on bracing and stabilizing some more. So that's it, guys. Make sure you like the video, share the video.